Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And before we get into this video, I do want to mention that I was just able recently to get memberships on my channel. So if you have found the information in these videos to be helpful and you would like to support the channel, that would be awesome. If not, no worries. Just wanted to let you know that that's available. Now on to the video. In this video, we're looking at the new New York Lottery $30, $100, $200, or $500 ticket. This is part of the October 2024 series of tickets that came out in New York last week. Now this one is a number match game, and in addition to matching numbers, you also have a coin symbol for an auto win, and then in these bonus spots, if you can find some kind of prize amount, you win that amount of money. Now, this is a reissue of an older ticket, and so they did switch up the odds a little bit on us. So the last one of these came out in April of 2023, and so let's kind of compare and see. So the prize amounts are the same, odds are a little bit different. So for the $100 prize, it is now a little bit easier to win that. For the $200 prize, it is slightly harder, and then for the $500 prize, also a little bit harder. So they made it easier to hit 100, harder to hit the higher prizes. So we'll see what that does to the payout amount. Now here on this page, we are looking at the prize structure and odds that the New York Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 6.25, and it does look like you can win anywhere from $100 to $500. Now, one thing I always wonder on a ticket like this, there are no taxes to be taken out, and so I always wonder, if the state has the opportunity to do something good here, but will they, in good faith, say to their customers, "Hey, we don't have to take taxes out of these high price or out of these higher prize amounts, and so we're going to give that money to you on this game." And sometimes states do that, sometimes they don't. We'll see what the New York Lottery does on this one. But since we don't have to mention, well, nothing crazy, nothing looks too crazy here on the prize structure. And so we don't have to talk about taxes. So when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 73 and 74%. Now, just in case you don't watch the rest of the video, this is not a good payout for a $30 ticket. It's too low. Now, this is above the minimum 70% payout that we look for on all tickets, so we will get to see how this compares to other $30 as we go through the video. But you'll see a little bit later that this is way lower than $30 tickets in some of the other states that we review on the channel. The other thing we need to mention about the 73% payout is that it does include all of the top prizes and upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to see 73% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning the top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes does happen here at the $500 prize level. Now, with a ticket like this where there is no real jackpot, it's not super helpful to talk about bottom 99% and top 1% of prizes. But we do this just for continuity's sake, so that we have something to compare all tickets to as we go through making videos and stuff. So, even the average luck type folks have a chance here at the $500 prize level. Overall odds are pretty long. I didn't mention that before, but 1 in 6.25, but that's because the lowest prize you're going to win is $100. Now, not a lot of people are going to be winning. Well, let me talk about the split here on the $500 prize level. The split's about 84 to 16. So 84% of these $500 prizes fall here in the bottom of the prize structure. That's what's available for the average folks. 16% of these $500 prizes is what makes up the top 1% of prizes. Top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that 1 in every 625 tickets has one of those top $500 prizes in it. That means you're in $18,750. Before you would expect to see one of these top 1% prizes. Now, how do you know if you're getting a bottom 99% or top 1% $500 prize? It doesn't really matter. Again, this is just for continuity's sake, but because not a lot of people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, We're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 70 and 71%. Now, this is a really good payout for a bottom 99% for the bottom 99% of prizes. We usually see high numbers on the bottom 99% payout with tickets like this, just because there's not, millions of dollars at the top of the prize structure. So, typically we say anything above 70% here is really good, because you don't see it that often. So we'll compare this with other tickets as we go through the video as well. Now here on this page, this is really what matters. We're tracking the increases and decreases in New York $30 tickets. You can see the data point for 100, 200, or 500 over here on the right-hand side of this chart. So you can see there was a decrease in value from the previous $30 ticket that came out, the $10 million cash. So what this means is that the New York lottery, it's such a scam. I mean, they had the opportunity to say, hey, we don't have to take any taxes out on any of these prizes, so we're going to include that tax money that we would normally have to take out into the prize structure, but they chose not to do this. Instead, they lowered the payout of the ticket. This $10 million cash, they had to take taxes out on some of these prizes, and it's still almost a full percentage point, has a full percentage point more value than this $100, $200, or $500 ticket. It's a scam. I wouldn't play this. New York Lottery's doing you wrong on this one. And, whenever I see a decrease in value like this, you always need to think about, when you buy a ticket, you are communicating approval for what your state lottery is doing. You don't want to communicate approval in a situation like this. What you want to communicate is, hey, we noticed that you lowered the value. We don't like that you lowered the value. We don't deserve for you to lower the value on tickets that we're buying, and we're not going to pay money when you do this. And so this is a situation where you would want to hold back and not support what the New York Lottery is doing with this ticket. If you are playing $30 tickets in New York, you have better ones that you can play. $10 million cash. If you're playing for overall value, so up here in green is the best ticket in every column. So if you're playing for overall value, $10 million cash is what you would want to play. If you're playing for odds, $10 million cash and jackpot fortunes have the best odds. And then if you are a more conservative player, like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, that's when you may want to pick up one of these new tickets. And then if you're more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money, when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, jackpot fortune has the most money at the top. And then we also are keeping track of top prizes over here if you are interested in that. And I do want to mention that this, they did change the pay structure for this $100, $200, or $500 ticket. They did add value. So that's the one, I guess, bright spot about this ticket, is that the data point for the old one is down here on the left side of the page. The new one is over here at the right. So that change that they made with the prize structure was a good one that benefits the players for sure. And really it benefits the bottom 99%. It benefits the people who are kind of losing on the game. So that is a good thing, I think. Now here on this page, we're ranking New York $30 tickets based on overall payout. You can see the new version of this $100, $200, or $500 ticket is in third place overall. So again, I mean, if you're playing $30 tickets in New York, first of all, I don't recommend it because the payouts, even $10 million cash, that 74% payout is too low. So I don't recommend playing any of these, but I would probably prefer to play that one rather than this new $100, $200, or $500 ticket. Here on this page, we're ranking based on the bottom 99% payout. And this is where, again, these tickets with no real jackpot are usually at the top of these lists because there are no, there's not millions of dollars at the top like there would be in a $10 million cash ticket. So on this page, we get to compare $30 tickets across states. And so this is where we really need to pay attention. We've only reviewed 24 of these $30 tickets across the 6 states that we're looking at on the channel so far. You can see the new $100, $200, or $500 ticket is the second worst one that we've reviewed. So again, New York, never very competitive with what other states are doing with any ticket. And so this is one of the reasons why I say I wouldn't recommend any of New York's $30 tickets. And the reason is because, you guys live close to Massachusetts. If you live close enough to drive, the Massachusetts $30 tickets are much, much better. However, I probably wouldn't even play the Massachusetts $30 tickets. If you're into $30 tickets, Georgia, if you can find a scratcher online that you like and you trust, Georgia has the best $30 tickets. So that's where I would be putting my money. But we do want to look up here at the top of the list. Georgia has this Billionaire Club series, has 83% payout, which is really, this is about the best you're going to get for any price scratch ticket. So this is like, the cream of the crop, I guess, when it comes to scratch tickets. And so we have to ask the question, if Georgia can put out $30 tickets at 83% payout and make plenty of money doing it, then why is New York putting out $30 tickets at 73% payout? That's over 9.5 percentage points less than what Georgia's doing with their Billionaire Club tickets. And that 9.5% on $30 tickets, that's a massive amount of money when you think about how many tickets make up just one scratch game. So one scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the game. Multiply that by the $30 price tag, and that is $300 million wrapped up in just one of these scratch games. And 9.5% of 300 million is $28.5 million that the Georgia Lottery puts into the hands of its players when they put out these Billionaire Club tickets, that the New York Lottery is stealing from its players on this new ticket that they put out. I never like to see scratch players get taken advantage of, but that's exactly what the New York Lottery is doing on the tickets that it puts out, and including this new one. So please, please, please don't let yourself get taken advantage of. Save your money. Don't buy these New York scratch tickets. Either buy Massachusetts scratch tickets or, go online and get, buy in on a book of some scratch tickets with somebody who's buying better tickets, because the New York Lottery is ripping you off like crazy. Now here on this page, we get to compare based on the bottom 99% of prizes. This is where this $100, $200, or $500 ticket, it does compare well to other $30 tickets, but that's because there is no real jackpot that you're playing for. There's no money at the top of this game. And so just because it's in third place on this list does not mean at all that it is a good ticket. I would still stay very, very far away from it. Now here on this page, we get to have a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on this $30 ticket. The best $2 ticket we've seen came out of Georgia. It was called Fast 20s, had 75% payout. So you've got a $2 ticket with almost 2 full percentage points more value than a $30 ticket from another state. That is insanely embarrassing for New York. And then the best $5 ticket that we've seen also came out of Georgia, had 77% payout. That's like 4.5 percentage points more than what you're getting from this $30 ticket in New York. This is completely backwards. You should never have cheaper tickets with higher payouts than more expensive tickets. And this is not just a little bit more expensive. This is a lot more expensive. 15 times more. You pay 15 times more for this $30 ticket than you do for the $2 ticket. 6 times more than this $5 ticket. It's insane how low the payout is on this. New York Lottery should be embarrassed about this. They should be ashamed of putting out tickets with payouts this low, and they should be apologetic to the people who are wasting their money on this. Now here on this page are the top 36 tickets we've reviewed on the channel so far. 73%, not good enough to make this list, not even by a long shot. And what's sad is that you've got a lot of $10 tickets on this list. And they come from Massachusetts. And so, like I said, you've got so much better tickets in Massachusetts. If you're close enough to drive, that's what you should do. But these $10 tickets in Massachusetts, they set the bar for every ticket that costs more than $10. Every ticket that costs more than $10 ought to at least have 81% payout on it. And so, New York Lottery is 8 percentage points off of where it should be. And that's a problem. Now here on this page, we have the top 36. I forgot to renumber these, but this is the top 36 tickets based on the bottom 99% payout. Here, this new $100, $200, or $500 ticket does make this list. It's in 20th place overall, but I have to stress again, it's just because there's no value at the top. This does not mean that this is in any way a good ticket. So that's about it for the New York Lottery $30, $100, $200, or $500 ticket. Pretty par for the course for New York Lottery. We're used to seeing videos about how the New York Lottery is just ripping people off with their scratch tickets, and this is no exception. This is horrible payout. New York Lottery is keeping way more money than they need to. They did not. They took value out of this ticket, even though they don't have to take taxes out of any of the prizes, which is insane. And the payout went down from the last $30 ticket that New York put out. So all around, horrible ticket. Please don't let the New York Lottery rip you off. Stop buying the tickets immediately. That's the only way you're going to get better scratch tickets in New York. But that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.